All men are the same. Um, no. That's just the man you chose. Stop generalizing all men because of the standards you've accepted, tolerated, or enabled. And don't worry, if anyone feels left out, yes, there is an all women are the same version. But for now, let's get into it. Hi, I'm Joannis, and tune in for more on YouTube at La Peachy Rebel. Do any of these sound familiar? I do everything around the house. They leave the toilet seat up. They never go to the doctor. They don't help enough with the kids. They don't cook, clean, and when they do, they either do it wrong or expect a trophy for it. I've been around many women who say all men are the same, and inserting whatever generalization that fits their experience. Listen, I roll my eyes every time because it's not all men. Many others and I don't deal with those issues at all. It's the men you choose. Often, the women making these complaints are the very ones who enable or reinforce those dynamics by taking the I'll just do everything myself approach for the partner's lack of effort or action. You'll hear things like, I tell him, but he never does it. He doesn't do it right, so I just do it myself. Meanwhile, months or years go by, and at some point, you become complicit in your own frustration. No one is forcing you to accept that behavior. Now, let's be clear. There is no doubt that you should not have to carry the load when you have a partner. It is also not okay for a partner to not be as involved as you are in their role as a partner or as a parent when they are perfectly capable of being more supportive. But if you've been tolerating imbalance for years, that's no longer his fault alone. It's a shared pattern, and it's one you can change by setting higher standards. A lot of this begins long before adulthood. Many people grow up in homes where parents don't or sometimes can't teach basic life skills such as cleaning, cooking, laundry, personal hygiene, making doctor's appointments, managing money, sharing household responsibilities, resolving conflicts, and so on. Another pattern I've noticed is when parents divide chores by gender, teaching boys and girls that certain tasks are not for them. This ignores a very basic truth. Every child will eventually become an adult who has to manage their own life and space regardless of gender. Then those kids grow up, enter relationships, and expect their partner to finish raising them. But if parents never learn these skills themselves, they can't teach them, so the responsibility often falls on the partner later in life. This is how many people find themselves reparenting an adult instead of partnering with one. But let's be clear, parents aren't perfect and neither are we. No one knows everything and no one is skilled in every area. The real problem isn't discovering gaps in what you were taught or even ending up with a partner who has those gaps. The problem is when either of you complain about it without taking steps to change. So, what's the fix? Awareness, accountability, and action. Have honest conversations, identify the weak spots, and then actually do something about it. Listen, if you're grown enough to drive, pay bills, have sex, and make major life decisions, you are grown enough to learn how to do laundry correctly or schedule your own or your kids' doctor's appointments, etc. And in a world full of tutorials, books, and tools for literally everything, there's really no excuse for staying helpless. I figured I would take this opportunity to introduce the term weaponized incompetence, if you've never heard of it, to better help you articulate this type of situation. When someone pretends to be bad at a task to avoid responsibility, which shifts the burden onto someone else. This manipulative tactic can occur in personal relationships, friendships, or at work, and it is different from a genuine lack of skill or knowledge because it is intentional. Examples include a partner consistently forgetting how to do chores or acting like they don't understand how to do something. This behavior can lead to resentment, an uneven division of labor, and an imbalance of power. And I wanted to throw in there too that they might act like they're not good at doing it. There are even social media accounts with people that dedicate their work to showing other people how to clean, from both men and women. And I mean, they will show you how to clean every crack and crevice in your house. The man-child dynamic. A little story time. Man, this guy doesn't do shit but gets served and acts tough. I remember a loved one expressed she was so tired of having to do all the housework and raise the kids, all while also working full-time. As she was in the kitchen cleaning, I could see she was exhausted. She had done the grocery shopping prior, and I witnessed how the day unfolded because I was there spending the day with them. And as soon as she got home, she cooked for the family, all while her partner only showed up to sit at the table, eat, and then walk over to the living room and play video games. Now, I helped her clean, but I also looked over at him just sitting there in a lazy pose and laughing to himself. Man, I tried so hard to maintain a normal expression and not say anything. She sighed, shook her head, and looked at me to say, "Men, they don't do anything. The women do all the work." Man, in this moment, I had so much to say. Like, no, not all men. That's him. And that's the man you chose to settle down with and have kids. Wouldn't say all that, and also I couldn't say anything pertaining to him not doing anything because he was right there, and being the emotionally immature man-child he is, in which he'd previously displayed this behavior, I did not want to make things any harder for her. But that scene said everything. That man was not a partner. He was an additional dependent. This is why it's crucial to take your time before committing. Observe, ask questions, pay attention to how a potential partner treats their responsibilities, how they handle emotions, how they view gender roles, how they talk about health, discipline, household duties, child rearing, relationship expectations, and most importantly, the actions they are taking in their life. Not just how they think they see themselves or how they want to see their future, but what they're actually doing. After all, these are some of the things that will establish the foundation in your relationship, sort of like the blueprints. People love to say, don't compare, but honestly, comparing can be healthy. And speaking of healthy comparison, check out my last video about this topic. If I never compared, I'd never have known what to aim for or what standards to set in my relationship. Seeing what's possible shows you that you don't have to settle. Take this for example. Some people think the only reason a woman should stay home is to raise kids. But me? I don't have kids by choice. Yet I'm a stay-at-home woman who pours into herself, her passions, and her dreams with full support from my partner. I know, not quite the traditional concept of someone staying home or having to have a reason such as raising kids. But more about that in my video titled, "You're a Stay-at-Home What?" Stay tuned for that one. Now, even though I work from home building my creative brand and managing the house that doesn't mean he does nothing at home, just because his job is outside of it. We share the responsibilities always. I've watched so many women exhaust themselves with this guilt that if they're not the partner working a 9 to 5, they have to balance it out by doing everything at home. That mindset is a direct path to burnout. Let's be honest, most of us worked 9 to 5s when we were single and managed our entire household on our own. Managing a home, pets, kids, or both is a full-time job. You don't need a paycheck from an employer for your work to be valid. No partner should be running on empty while the other coasts. Shared responsibilities lead to shared peace, regardless of who works where. And yes, if you're doing the unpaid labor at home, you are absolutely entitled to the financial support and sharing that comes with a partnership. Because trust that if your partner were single and they wanted to hire someone to manage all the things that you accomplish in the home, they would have to pay that person a salary. So stop feeling guilty about that. But that's a whole other topic, and I'll get into that another time. Back to what I was saying. He cooks, cleans, shops, and if I'm tired, he steps in without being asked. He'll bring me my food, hand me a blanket, eating pad, rub my shoulders, or turn my seat warmer on when we head out. All out of love, never obligation. And it's things I don't need to ask for either. We don't assign roles based on gender. Our dynamic works because we operate as a team. We do almost everything together, with a few exceptions based on strengths and preferences. He loves detailing the car. I love organizing the house, and we both jump in when we're needed. For us, that's what balance and peace looks like. And no, I'm not lucky. I chose this dynamic by walking away from what wasn't healthy. Okay, so here are a few examples of what my partner does that I've heard some women say men never do. He shares the household responsibilities. There's no "that's a woman's job" kind of mindset. He doesn't leave the toilet seat up. If there's anything he doesn't particularly do well, he takes action right away to learn how to do it well, or at least do it better. He never makes me repeat myself if I do ask for help, because he takes the initiative. He's in tune with me and attentive. If I'm in pain, tired, or overwhelmed, he notices and steps in without me asking. Now, it's not to say that if I happen to feel overwhelmed, I also have a responsibility to communicate it to him as well. There's no guessing in our relationship when it comes to expressing ourselves. He doesn't act like a baby when he's sick, and he takes very good and prompt care of his health. This matters because any health issues your partner neglects or ignores is all the bullcrap you'll have to deal with later in life when they are ill over things that could have been prevented. And this one comes up a lot, particularly with males. I have observed how they may have a tendency to neglect their health and or have a pattern thinking that they can just tough it out. Well, later in life, it will catch up and you will not be able to tough out a neglected health issue. Take care of your health when something comes up, or listen, that health issue will take care of you and likely wipe you out where you can't do anything. Don't let it get to that. Because for me, if I know you have an issue and you didn't manage it by going to the doctor and nurturing that, it's going to be a problem if that comes up again and you think that I'm going to help take care of you for something that you repeatedly neglected. It is not fair to a partner to take care of you and double up on all the duties of managing a house or a household because you failed to take care of your health when you should have, and when things could have been prevented. When someone cares about you, they make the effort to grow and take you seriously. Okay, so the thing about me is I'm not an enabler. I communicate. I once had a partner who embodied a lot of those toxic traditional stereotypes. When that relationship ended, I promised myself, among many other things, that I would never tolerate that BS again. Now, of course, when two people from completely different backgrounds come together, there are going to be some adjustments. That's natural. But let me emphasize this. Most of that growth should happen in the beginning, when you're learning each other's rhythm. Now, in my case, early on, if I noticed even the slightest thing that was off, my personality, combined with my experiences and my growth, made it impossible for me to ignore or just do it myself. Absolutely not. If I saw something peculiar, I left it exactly as it was and went straight to my partner to talk about it. And trust me, I can talk in detail. I can walk you through a whole step-by-step lesson if you genuinely don't know how to do something. And notice I said walk you through it, not do it for you. The result? The problem gets solved with teamwork, effort, and communication. That's it. Now, in my relationship, I am taken seriously. I'll also acknowledge that some of this comes from how I was raised. I grew up with parents who modeled this behavior. They shared all the tasks. I've seen both my mom and dad do every single household chore. They also played to their strengths and divided tasks in ways that felt natural. Now, if we, the kids, didn't clean the kitchen well, or didn't wash the dishes right, or missed something in the bathroom, they talked to us about it. We went over how to do it properly, and we made the adjustment. Simple and clear. So as for me, I'm not enabling a partner to skip out on responsibilities just because they don't do it well. Because listen, today, honey, is the day you learn to do it well. But listen, I also wouldn't choose to be with a partner who's inconsiderate or dismissive. Respect isn't just about communication, but also about actions. The bottom line, when a partner respects and values you, they are considerate, make an effort, and take you seriously. If you find yourself constantly exhausted, resentful, or unsupported, stop saying all men are the same, because they're not. You just haven't raised your standards, enforced your boundaries, or chosen to tolerate one who refuses to grow. Healthy, emotionally mature, respectful men do exist. But you won't attract or recognize them until you stop enabling what's beneath the standard you feel you deserve. So choose wisely, speak clearly, and stop reparenting adults. Because partnership is not about doing it all yourself. It's about building together.
Yeah. Maybe this is the thing. There's an energy and flavor to the things that you bring to the table. Any way you're able. Real work turns into gold when you're stable. Now life feels sweet like syrup, like maple. Wouldn't change a thing about my past to stay grateful.
Do what you love. What else? Peace, love, and happiness.